Every girl's got a daily skincare routine. What's mine? Hydrolyzed collagen plus vitamin C to help keep my skin hydrated and looking young. Potency plus C in a convenient capsule daily.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Potency plus C ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Every life can take a toll on your skin, no matter how young you are. That's why I use hydrolyzed collagen plus vitamin C to help keep my skin hydrated and looking young. Potency plus C in a convenient capsule daily.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Potency plus C ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Every girl's got a daily skincare routine. What's mine? Hydrolyzed collagen plus vitamin C to help keep my skin hydrated and looking young. Potency plus C in a convenient capsule daily. Life can take a toll on your skin, no matter how young you are. That's why I use hydrolyzed collagen plus vitamin C to help keep my skin hydrated and looking young. Potency plus C in a convenient capsule daily.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Potency plus C ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Life can take a toll on your skin, no matter how young you are. That's why I use hydrolyzed Every girl's got a daily skincare routine. What's mine? Hydrolyzed collagen plus vitamin C to help keep my skin hydrated and looking young. Potency plus C in a convenient capsule daily.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Potency plus C ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Every girl's got a daily skincare routine. What's mine? Life can take a toll on your skin, no matter how young you are. That's why I use hydrolyzed collagen plus vitamin C to help keep my skin hydrated and looking young. Potency plus C in a convenient capsule daily.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Potency plus C ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Life can take a toll on your skin, no matter how young you are. That's why I use hydrolyzed collagen plus vitamin C to help keep my skin hydrated and looking young. Potency plus C in a convenient capsule daily.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Potency plus C ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Life Every girl's got a daily skincare routine. What's mine? Hydrolyzed collagen plus vitamin C to help keep my skin hydrated and looking young. Potency plus C in a convenient capsule daily.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Potency Plus C ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Every girl's life can take a toll on your skin, no matter how young you are. That's why I use hydrolyzed collagen plus vitamin C to help keep my skin hydrated and looking young. Potency plus C in a convenient capsule daily.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Potency Plus C ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Every girl's got a daily skincare routine. What's mine? Hydrolyzed collagen plus vitamin C to help keep my skin hydrated and looking young. Potency plus C in a convenient capsule daily.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Potency Plus C ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Every girl's got a daily life can take a toll on your skin, no matter how young you are. That's why I use hydrolyzed collagen plus vitamin C to help keep my skin hydrated and looking young. Potency plus C in a convenient capsule daily.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Potency Plus C ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Good afternoon, everyone. We'll begin our activity with a short prayer. Let us bow our heads and put ourselves in the holiness of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Almighty and ever-loving God, we glorify and thank your name. You have showered us with so much blessings, and your presence continuously remind us of your fatherly faithfulness and guidance. May we humbly ask you to shower our speakers today of your greatest inspiration, so that they may share the most of their knowledge, their field of expertise, and to their respective topics. May we also absorb the invaluable knowledge, experiences, and put it into practice that we may learn today. Infinite blessing would mean the success of this seminar. May we be a living witnesses of your genuine love through the enactment of the knowledge acquired through this activity. We ask this in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiliw, helas ang sinatanan, alam ng puso, sa dikit mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuyakan ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagatak tutok sa simoy at sa langit ang pangaw, ay hinatang tula, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iingin, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang ay di magtitingin. Luman ang araw ng walhagit pagsingka, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na pagkay mga akin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
All right.
All right, good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and participants. So, a warm welcome to our International Women in Engineering Day, hosted by the Philippine Technological Council Women Engineers Network, PTC Women, through the Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, PSM Incorporated. So today we are gathered here to celebrate the incredible talents and achievements of women engineers from around the world. So it is a day dedicated to acknowledge their invaluable contributions and inspiring future generations. So before that, I'd like to formally introduce myself. My name is Them, 10 for short, and I am your host, standing here before all of you. And alongside with me is my esteemed Lakambini Ingeniera of the Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, and my co-host, Engineer Christian Joy Roque.
Thank you, Miss Yvonne. Good afternoon, everyone. Kumusta, Miss Yvonne? I hope everybody is doing well, and during this International Women Day natin, I hope everybody will get the best out of our seminar today.
Yes, Li. I believe that this will be an exciting and insightful occasion for all of them. Not to mention that we are publicly live via the PSME page and the PTC WEN page. So I'd like to address all our live viewers here today as well.
Hello po sa ating mga FB live na audience. I hope you enjoy our seminar today.
Yes.
All right.
All right, partners. So as we celebrate the international webinar or the International Women in Engineering Day, it is very crucial to recognize the collaborative efforts and partnerships that have made this event possible. So to take a moment to provide a brief background on the Philippine Technological Council Women Engineers Network, and to shed light on their incredible work and achievements, their mission and vision, I am honored to invite a distinguished engineer who has played a vital in both PTC WAN and PSME. So please join me in welcoming Engineer Melanie P. Banayos, the PRO of the Philippine Technological Council Women Engineers Network, and the immediate past president of the Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers.
Thank you, Engineer Yvonne. So before we proceed to our activity this afternoon, let's have we have to understand something about our organization. So medyo hindi masyado. Okay. Pwedeng pakilakihan. Okay, so about our PTC WAN, the Philippine Technological Council Women Engineers Network is a group of women engineers under the Philippine Technological Council or the PTC. This was organized as a commitment in the ASEAN Federation of Engineering Organizations, AFEO, aimed to encourage women engineers to remain in the engineering practice, to promote greater contribution from women engineers in industry, to support women in their engineering careers, and encourage achievement as engineers and leaders, to encourage the achievement of women engineers, to recognize the achievement of women engineers, to promote understanding, goodwill, and cooperation among women engineers, to promote and exchange ideas, concerns, and experiences about engineering and technology. Number 7, to encourage the study and application of engineering among female students. Number 8, to become role models in inspiring the next generation of engineers. Next is to connect students and professional engineers and to develop mentoring programs and to organize engineering-related activities which contribute to society and benefits the general public. Let's also have to know the mission and vision of our organization. So let's go to the vision. Filipino engineers leading in the local and global communities. That is our vision. And our mission is the Women Engineers Network is one of the catalysts in the engineering profession through its involvement in the academe, private and public practice that creates an impact in the social, economic, environmental, technological, political, and cultural development of the country. Women engineers will play a major role in community building through its advocacies of work-life balance and enhancement of engineering practice. Ultimately, Filipino engineers will be an inspiration in all aspects. For our values, under letter W, worthiness, having or showing the qualities or abilities that merit recognition in a specified way. Under letter E, excellence, having a quality of being outstanding or extremely good, supremacy, superiority. And under letter N, nobleness, having or showing fine personal qualities or high moral principles and ideas. So that is at least a background of our organization. Thank you. Back to you, Yvonne.
Thank you, Engineer Melanie, for gracing us with your presence and sharing a brief story about PTC WEN. So, indeed, their wavering dedication amplifies the impact of this event and fosters an environment of many inclusivity and innovation within the Women Engineers Network.
Okay, so before we proceed to our program, let us thank our sponsors, the Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, PSME, and Pascuala. So we extend our heartfelt appreciation to the partners of these events, and to properly acknowledge these inspiring ladies, may we call on the treasurer of PTC WEN to formally introduce each of PTC WEN's officers and its accredited organization. Let us all welcome Dr. Evelyn Laurito.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Christian.
Okay po.
So, I would like to greet all of our participants inside the Zoom room, as well as those who are watching via the Facebook. So, I'm happy to introduce to you our new set. This is for the year 2023 to 2024 of the officers and board members of the Women Engineers Network. As you may know, the PTC Women Engineers Network is actually made up of 13 organizations under the umbrella of PTC. And each one, except for one, we're still looking for one representative. So all of 12 members are all of 12 engineering professional organizations are represented here. So let me just introduce first some of our trustees. So trustees will be from the Philippine Institute of Industrial Engineers, PIIE, Dr. Joanna Ngo, and Engineer Nina Ocampo. Another trustee, this is Engineer Tasha Palugod and Engineer Eliza Villamin. I believe this is from the mining engineers. And then from, we have Engineer Mary Hope Polido and Engineer Laisel Handusay from PE. And then also trustee will be Engineer Janice Vargas and Pichi Melendez from Isabe. Also, our trustee is Yusek this is from PICE, Philippine Institute of Civil Engineers, Yusek Maria Catalina Cabral, and Engineer Mylene Zamora. Now, for the actual set of officers as our PRO, Restoration Officers, this is from the Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, represented by Engineer Arshel Bakudi, and Engineer Melanie Banayos. For auditors, this is represented by the Society of Metallurgical Engineers of the Philippines. We have Engineer Karina Pexon and Engineer Rhea Tanso. For our treasurer, we have the Philippine Institute of Chemical Engineers, represented by yours truly, Dr. Evelyn Laurito and Engineer Teresita Balba. For our secretary, this is from the Geodetic Engineers of the Philippines, represented by Engineer Joanna Soriano and Engineer Isabel Puntapay. The vice chairperson is represented by the Philippine Society of Sanitary Engineers, and these are Engineer Emiliana de la Cruz and Engineer Aida Calma. And of course, our chairperson is from the Institute of Electronics and Communication Engineers of the Philippines, Institute of Electronic Engineers of the Philippines, headed by Dr. Mayrose Imperial and Dr. Myra Manalo. Of course, our immediate past president is also from PISABE, from Agricultural and Biosystems Engineering, Dr. Juana Tapel, and our advisor is from the Philippine Institute of Chemical Engineers, Dr. Lydia Tansinsin. So there you are. All of these women are representing each one of you Filipino engineers to be able to promote women's achievement in engineering. So back to you, Christian and Yvonne.
All right, thank you, Ma'am Evie. These ladies are a true example and embracing the spirit of not only the technopreneurship that is being highlighted in this event, but we are all celebrating the talents and achievements of all women engineers on this special day. So again, thank you. And now to grace with her inspiring message, let us all welcome the PRO of the Philippine Technological Council and the 2023 Vice President for Internal Affairs of the Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, Engineer Arshel Bea Batu.
Okay. To our PTC1 Chairman, Doc May Rose Imperial, PTC1 Founder, Dr. Lydia Tansinsin, our PTC1 Past Chairman, Doc Juana Tapel, our PTC1 Board of Directors, Board of Trustees, rather, our speakers, Engineer Joanna Mozo, Engineer Johanna Marie Trespeses. We also have some guests here from Myanmar, Miss Yin Yin Mia, and all to our dear viewers today, a pleasant good afternoon. I want to begin by wishing you and your families all the best for your health and safety. We are all here today because we are celebrating International Women in Engineering Day. We are celebrating the talents and achievements of women engineers around the world. We all know that in the traditional belief that engineering is men by default, that has been the case in engineers, but it must be all men. But we, the women engineers of this generation, are breaking this norm. We are now in the 21st century and the fourth industrial revolution, where women and men are on equal footing. Throughout the years, we have seen women rise to occasion and prove that gender stereotypes are just stereotypes. Women have the power to change the world. Engineering is not dependent on gender, but on the abilities of an individual. My fellow mechanical engineers and women engineers, let us show the world how women are empowered by unleashing our multifaceted potentials. Now, we welcome all of our women engineers out there from PICHE, from SMEP, from ISEP, from PASABE, from PSSE, from PICE, from IIEE, from GEP, from PSEM, from SAEP, from PIIE, and most especially the host of this INWED webinar, our very own Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers. We also have here guests from I think they are male engineers also and some students. So we are about to change the world, whether it be in high heels or hard hats. So wishing all of you a happy International Day of Women in Engineering. Magandang hapon po ulit.
Thank you po, Ma'am Marshall, for your inspiring opening remarks. So now po, to introduce our first speaker for today, Engineer Yvonne, please do the honors.
All right, thank you, LI. So again, thank you also to all our ladies who graced us with their presence. So, born and raised in Western Mindanao, our speaker, with her professional career starting in the hills of Mindanao State University, Marawi City, wherein she was the first female to graduate Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. She has more than 20 years of experience in corporate work, spiraled from manufacturing to academe to construction design until she found her passion in facilities management. Her undertakings include managing diverse low to high-rise buildings across United Arab Emirates, malls, commercials, residentials, mixed use with the following prestigious FM contracts, such as Yas Mall, CG Mall, Dragon Mart, IBN Batuta, Prime Minister's Office, the government offices located in Dubai, United Arab Bank from HQ, and all UAE branches. Her expertise is on FM costing and estimation. To date, she has costed
Excuse
more
me,
than
Miss Yvonne. Nung ka nagkapalit, parehas ka Johanna sa Joanna. Si Miss Mozo yata yung introduction mo.
yes.
Parehas kasi medyo confusing, Johanna and Joanna. Anyway, in case Miss Mozo, can you be the first one to speak? In case, is it okay with you? Okay. Please proceed, Ma'am Yvonne. So, si Ma'am Joanna muna. So, paano na lang yung naka-post? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So, this one is for Ma'am Joanna.
Okay, palitan na lang yung yung poster sa medyo confusing lang talaga. Sorry po.
Yes, ma'am. Apologies for everyone, but nevertheless, the introduction still applies to our speaker. So maybe we should just continue. BPI.
Okay. Yeah. Please proceed.
Okay, so again, our speaker for today is an expert of FM costing and estimation, and to date, she has costed more than 500 million worth of United Arab Emirates dirhams of tender FM contracts, and reviewed more than 300 million worth of UAE dirhams of existing FM contracts. So she already conducted FM workshops to more than 1,000 participants online and face-to-face classes in UAE, KSA, Kuwait, Philippines, and many other countries. So at the end of September 2022, she decided to retire from employment and started her own company offering general trading, FM consultancy services, and training services, since she was already providing FM consultancy services to different clients in UAE and the Philippines. So she is a recognized technical speaker from different professional organizations and groups, and an awardee of the prestigious Top Engineers and Architects in the Middle East 2023. She is now the CEO and Senior FM Consultant, Joanna FZ LLC, the Director of Operations and Lead FM Trainer in EduTech Training Services, or known as FCZ LLC. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, let us all welcome our speaker, Engineer Joanna P. Mozo.
Thank you so much. It's a bit confusing for both of us having the same name, and I also would like to recognize all our tukayo because we have a lot of Joanna. Actually, I had a bit of that when I was younger. I thought that my name was really very rare. When I asked my mom why she opted to have that name for me, and she just said that there was a drama series in the 1970s of that name, and they decided to name it after me. And it was not really a very good, a story, because I told my mom that I don't like my name. My mom was very sad. So basically, that's the reason that my company here is named after my name, to honor my mother. She is well, she's 83 years old, and she is living life. And, and to just thank her for that. And now, when I received the invitation I was also a bit amazed that I'll be sharing the platform with Engineer Joanna Marie. And then when I saw the list of the officers, there are a lot of Joanna as well. We may have different spellings, but the sound of it is the same. And Joanna means resilient, strong. So I'm so glad to share this platform with all of you. Thank you so much for that great introductions. Many times I always have to, I feel so, I feel a little bit amazed every time that I'll be introduced, because I think I'm not hearing the very person that is in me. After all these years of working in the Philippines and here in the Middle East, I began to realize what life has been for me after I graduated from my school as a mechanical engineering student. So it's really a great pleasure for me to be with you all. Thank you so much for Engineer Archel for the invitation as well. When I received it, I was really thinking it over. What exactly are the things that I will be sharing with the women? You know, when it comes to it, I began to realize that there are a lot of things that we as women can do. You know, we are resilient, we are strong, we are actually the life propagator or the life vessels of this earth. So to every one of us, a great insights indeed. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, Philippines, and good morning, Middle East. It's just only like 10 o'clock in the morning. So every time I am invited for a talk in the Philippines, I always ask what time would the talk be? Because I have a lot of talks that starts at 8 o'clock in the morning in the Philippines, and it's just 4 o'clock here in Dubai. So it's a great pleasure to be invited to be a resource speaker in celebration of the International Women in Engineering Day. And through the Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, the Philippine Technological Council Women Engineers Network. Thank you so much for being a part of this PSME Women Engineers Group and for putting together this wonderful platform to showcase our not only our technical background, but our business counterparts as well, a contribution in our technical field. To all the engineers, entrepreneurs, I call them Engipreneurs. Congratulations to all of us. And to those who are still looking forward to start whatever you want, you know, that's the thing that I wanted to share with you. The evolution of entrepreneurship. This is based on my personal perspective when it comes to business. So today, let me share to all of us all my personal view on technopreneurship. As you all know from the introduction, that my employment era lasted for 22 years until I finally decided to retire from employment on the 30th of September 2022. That journey of entrepreneurship was not an easy path for me. It was really very tough. Even making that decision was really very tough. Many had thought that I made a mistake when I decided to leave the employment realm and venture into the unknown. Everyone has been telling me that why you make that decision. You know, everyone cannot understand on that perspective. But I am so glad that there are those who understand on that because they too venture on that unknown, as what they have said. For me, it was not an easy as well. It took a lot of courage, a lot of resilience to stand the decision that I have to do. So all the materials of this presentation, we will go to disclaimer first, is provided by the presenter. It is not representing any company or any entity. So this is my own thoughts and opinions. Some of this are, I get it with in I research and make it as some of my reference as well. It is for me and for me alone. Okay. So that is me during the time of my working era. So I've been, because it's another summer here in the UAE, in the Middle East. So summer here will have up to 50 degrees Celsius. We are now crossing the 40 degrees mark. And every time that I remember, I have to get back to all these pictures, being in the rooftop, being on the outside of the building, most of my working time. Being raised in a family where education has been a great value. All the parents used to remind me, my parents used to remind us, me and my siblings, to strive harder to finish degree so that one day we can get good jobs and higher salaries. That is always the notion that we are always introduced with. And for more than 2 decades in my life, I have lived on that understanding. Though mechanical engineering was not anybody's choice, it was not my choice, it was not my parents' choice. Nobody knows about the definition of being a mechanical engineer is. Everyone thought that when I will have to graduate or complete my degree, I will become a mechanico in our place in Western Mindanao. So one day, a mechanical engineering graduate he was not actually, he did not pass the board exam. He informed my father that being a mechanical engineer has a lot of potentials in the market. It's not about being mechanical, or it's not about the way that we are looking at it. And that was the time that everyone understands what a mechanical engineer can do. So, and I'm so glad of it. But I still strive to live my career on my own effort in the Philippines and in the UAE. It was tough. It was very hard, as I needed to dive to be in the level equal to the men of the same capacity and qualifications here in the Middle East. Men not only on my nationality, but men from different nationalities. I have been and always in a 3-in-1 almost all of my time as a worker, managing workloads 3 times a normal worker used to do. As if for the last 1 decade of working in my life equates me to 30 years of actual hands-on work, because I always do a lot. I do costing for tenders, I review contracts, I do operations. I have a lot of contracts as well that I manage from my, I have 5. If I have 1, I have also very big contracts to manage. So I have to be in that level, working three times in a day, mastering that every inch of workload so that I can meet multiple deadlines in an 8 to 5 days per week on my working period. My life has never been exhausted, but for the sake of building up this career, I need to push myself to be an expert in everyone that is dreading for time management. It's really very tough, but I need to have that until one day I master it after many years. And at 4:59, I have to put on my lipstick. At 5 o'clock, I have to get out from the office. And all the deadlines had been met. Moving forward, I began to realize that my employment era has come to an end. I want something on my own, something I can work out that soon I would benefit much greater than the employment can offer. I'm not saying employment is not good. I have been an employee for 22 years in my life and I enjoy it. I love it. I have built a career out of it. I would benefit much more on that. Many times along the way, I have started businesses on the side, but nothing prospered because I was not serious on it. I was not intentional. I just keep on focusing on the salary I'm receiving at the end of the month. I was still on the concept that I am in my comfort zone, and that is employment. Indeed, I would say that being on a highway of a great career, making a U-turn or turning left or right is never an easy decision to do. The condition of my mind since I was in grade school is to get a great paying job until retirement. That is always what my mom used to tell me and my father when he was still alive. There was no hint to shift even to the business enterprise. Truthfully, I was thinking before that people choosing to do business is because they cannot build up their career or that they just get stuck in their not so good salaries. That was my notion. That was what I understand before. I missed the real point why people choose to business. Instead, I just get to know it when I choose to study business when the world was shut down because of COVID. I studied how to cost products and services, how to sell, how to market, how to network. I research and listen to business consultants and business trainers online. And that's the beginning of my understanding of what a business is all about, how to properly do business. I was able to utilize even my analytical and mathematical skills, plus all the experiences that I have all throughout the years. As my learnings lead me to say, out of your passion, let revenue flows. It is just equated to what we are doing when we are in our working spaces, when we are in employment. As long as you are in the employment realm, the more that you will have to be passionate on it, the more revenue should have to flow. But that is not what is happening right now. Today, the focus of our engagement is what we call the evolution of it. You know, it's not only the evolution of the working environment, but above all things, the evolution of entrepreneurship within us. I believe that each of us has the entrepreneurship within us. You, me, we have that. It's just only that everyone has not everyone, or that everyone has the opportunity to evolve and be equipped. We just need to know the proper pathway for us to start and involve with. Business evolves as well as from traditional also to digital. That's the thing that I'm focusing right now, because along the way, we can learn and choose what type of businesses we want to engage with. To those who are thinking about doing business, to those who are already in the business, evolution is very important. Embracing what is the current situation is also very important. When the COVID hits, everyone should have to adjust to it. No one would have to say that the world would have to adjust with me because this is what I was used to be. But when the COVID had started to creep in our society, we need also to embrace what are the new technology that we are having like now. So talking about traditional entrepreneurship, this is a type of business, as we all know, that has been in the market ever since. Since the beginning of time, we already know about traditional entrepreneurship. It focuses solely on profit generation, on branding, on establishing business models, and even steady sales projections. And some of those examples of those traditional business models that we have are actually direct selling. You know, we have a lot of direct selling. Everyone has been happy when the COVID started because every online seller becomes, there are a lot who got rich actually in online selling. Direct selling becomes the norm in the market. You know, this is a business model that involves a party, very simple, buying products from a parent organization and then selling them directly to customers. And this has been a norm since 2020. You know, everyone has been on that. Every platform has been created for it. The next to that is franchising, which is also based on what we have in the market. There are already a lot of existing business that are opening up for franchising. This is based on the marketing concept, which can be adopted by an organization as a strategy for business expansion. When implemented, a franchisor licenses some or all of its known procedures, even the intellectual property, the use of its business model, brand, and rights to sell its branded products and services to a franchisee. In return, that franchisee pays certain fees and agrees to comply with the certain obligations typically set out in the franchise agreement. So this is how it is doing. So there are a lot of OFW, especially us that are working abroad, who opted to go into franchising. I have a lot of friends who have gone into franchising in the Philippines because that is the norm that is also offered to everyone, you know, to have something on the side while you are still working. Next to that is the brick and mortar stores. This is the very common example for a traditional business where an organization or a business with a physical presence in a building or other structure. It is often used to refer to a company that possesses or leases retail shops, factory production facilities, or warehouses for its operations. This has been offered for OFW. We have been offered like the real estate, you know, we have to buy condominium and then we lease it out through some agent like Airbnb or property management that are already existing in the building. So another for that is the advertising or advertising base, which not actually a common example. It just only existed right now, or it is just strengthened right now. This is a model of revenue generation strategy supported by the sale advertisement. This is the one that we are using when we are using Facebook to boost our marketing strategies. But this is just very recent. This is not actually the traditional that we have been using before, because we don't have that yet before. You know, when in 10 years back, we have the Friendster only, which we have to post our pictures, and then suddenly it disappeared from the online. It disappeared from the market, and it was and then Facebook becomes famous. Then we have Instagram, and then we have TikTok. You know, we have Twitter. All of that becomes a platform for advertising based entrepreneurship. So these are the businesses we are engaging every day for our common commodities. We grow up with these types of businesses, and most of us, especially us working abroad, look forward to putting up our traditional business upon retiring from working overseas. I too love traditional businesses. I'm planning to have a supermarket soon when I'll be retiring in the Philippines, because I love, selling. When I decided to have that, when I study selling, I began to realize that, yes, that's the reason why the number one, the richest person in the Philippines actually owns they are concentrating into the selling of products business. I am looking forward to opening my very own soon. We'll be coming home to the Philippines for good. Yet traditional businesses needs a lot of capital. That's also the thing. That's why everyone should have to understand that the evolution of these businesses now has to have the root when we go through the traditional business that had been in the market for so long, or ever since business had been introduced to the world. Yet we need to have an ample capital for startup. That's the reason I keep reminding our OFWs here in the UAE that settling back in the Philippines means you will have at least how much? 5 million pesos to live a bit comfortably. It is just, I would have to say a bit, because I know that the inflation becomes high, commodities in the Philippines becomes expensive as well. So there is actually a very simple computation that I always share. If you're gonna have to go through with how you will be able to raise that money if you wanted to go home to the Philippines, I show them the reality that going home with small amount in the pocket cannot even last for 6 months in there. And we understand on that, because every time that we get our vacation in the Philippines, like only a month in there, we have to get ready for it. There are a lot that I have talked with Filipinos, OFWs would have to say, I have to save for the whole year so that I can get a vacation for just only barely a month, and all that savings for 1 year is already gone. That is reality. I even made a visual on the reality of raising amounts, how you can be able to raise that amount if you wanted to settle back in the Philippines. And you need at least 5 million to have that. So it's just only a very simple OFW dashboard that I prepared for them. Well, you need to have a house and lot. Better if you already had started right now. But house and lot, even in the Philippines, had even have a conservative cost of around 1.5 million, even if you are living in the province. This is just very small when it comes to construction, paying for the lot, then construction and finishing and all of that. You also need a family car. Car now becomes not a luxury for people. It becomes part of our daily lives. And even having a 500,000 family car is not even, or maybe you can take it into a brand new car, but most of it, maybe if you want to have an SUV, then you will have it a second hand. Then you will have to plan for your investments. You should have some investments so that you can have a revenue on the side as well that can support you of your everyday need. Then you will have to raise for business capital, which is 1.5 million if you will have to do traditional business in the Philippines. I began to realize before that even sari-sari, putting up a sari-sari store just in front of your house will also cost you at least 50,000 pesos already before you can just start at 10,000 or even 5,000, you know. But, you know, these are the things that we need to understand, that when the time evolves, everything also evolves as well. Then, of course, you will have your retirement plan, which is around 1 million, because you wanted also to enjoy your life when you will be retiring as well. If you have to sum it up, this is 5 million pesos. And this should have come from your savings when you are working, not only in the Philippines, but also working abroad. Because, you know, you cannot just depend, even if you have your SSS or whatever insurances that you will have. If you will not get ready with that, the time will come that when the retirement will come also from work, you need also to sustain your life. 2,500 pesos or even 5,000 pesos per month is not enough for it. I know, I understand on that, because my mother is living in the Philippines. My brothers are my siblings are living in the Philippines, and how much would have to the expenses on a daily basis plus the monthly basis from all the bills and everything is now soaring high in it, you know. So most of the people, or most of the OFWs families and relatives, would always look at us as money-making machines. You know, every time that they will have to call or send a text or a message, every time that they will be asking money, as if we have that, and we become like an ATM machine. But that is not how it is. Most do not understand the difficulty of working here, even for us in the technical field, you know, because in a multicultural environment, the competition is very high and very tough. Terminations, redundancies are also rising. Salaries, instead of going up, is now going down. It's a take it or leave it condition in here. So the idea of even retiring after 10 years of working abroad, or 20 years working abroad, or 30 years working abroad just get lost along the way when the savings cannot be filled in to the brim of acceptable level. Even the dilemma of starting a business arises as well. As per study, it says in there that there are 4 out of 5 businesses. That actually, before we're gonna go that, so I make also a simple calculation on the ranges of the salaries that can be done, and you know, it becomes impossible to have it. You know, raising that amount of money becomes too tough even for us working abroad, because somehow the idea in here is we work here, we need also to spend here. Lifestyle here is very high. Lifestyle in the Middle, especially when you are living in Dubai, is very, very high. You know, rentals, bills, transportations, everything, it has a price. So if you're gonna go through with it, how many OFWs I shared with this? One lady, actually, she cried. She said that I've been here for 15 years. And even a portion of that, I don't have. And she said she wanted to go home to the Philippines. And I told her, how much is the money that you will be bringing? And she said maybe around 200,000 pesos. I told her it will just be engulfed. It will just be wasted away into the drain for just only less than 2 months. I tell you why? Because everyone will have to think that you have money. Everyone will have to think that they can, you know, you will have to finance everything. And if you're thinking that you will have to go into business with 200,000 with nothing that will be coming to you, then that is not a good option at this time in your life, you know? So it says in the study that 4 out of 5 businesses closes down even before reaching 5 years in the market. And I believe on that. I have so many friends who had been in the business that they were not able to thrive. They actually decided to close their businesses because they cannot survive. You know, the expenses are too high and they cannot cope up with the expenses, especially here. You know, here when you will be starting business in here, the license itself is equivalent to 300,000 pesos already. Okay, not to think about the rental of your office, a small office, my smallest office, because I have 2 offices. The other one I already gave up. I stayed only for a small office because I don't need a big one. But that will also cost me 200,000 for a year for that. Plus other expenses for my staff. So so it is really very tough. So how many of the businesses that had been started in here closed down even before 5 years in the market? I have talked to many who decided to just come back, after declaring that they will be settling down. There are also a lot of people, OFWs, that they said that, I wanted to go back to the Philippines to settle in there. And then after barely 6 months, they decided to come back here because life is too tough as well in the Philippines. Their stories boil down to one thing: not enough capital to sustain any business that would have to be engaged. So indeed, traditional business requires a big capital and enough business knowledge as well, so that you can thrive in the market. Even if you're gonna go into franchising, whatever franchise that you will have in the market, you still have to shed big amount for your capital on that. Like for example, there are a lot, I know that they're pushing for food carts, simple as that. But still, you will have to do the rentals, you will have to do the fit out, you will have to hire your people, you have also expenses that would have to run through for the daily expense of your daily operating expense of your business. Everything on that becomes actually very big burden for especially for startup businesses, for people doing business but doesn't have, or that don't have enough knowledge or business knowledge about what they are doing in their lives. So the best thing that you need to do when you are planning to open a business, to those who wanted to open the business, is that you need to have to study the market. That is very important. You need to know your location, the prices, you have to know your competitors as well. For example, if you will be opening like a small grocery in your vicinity, make sure that you know your competitors, how many grocery that we have around, what are their prices, and all of that, as simple as that. Then next, you have to evaluate your startup capital. You need to know your expenses. You need to have a funds buffer as well, because you cannot sustain in the market if you have only the capital to start, but you don't have a buffer for your expense for the next 6 months of operation. There should have to be a buffer for that. You need to maximize what is the expense that you will have to project for the next 6 months. Then you have to scout your products and your services. You know the market needs, you know the level of supplies, you know your capacity of your buying market. Do not make business when it is not that feasible for you. Like for example, I am living in third level, or I don't know what is there is actually in the Philippines, the municipality are having rates, and I think we have a rate of like third level in our municipality. So if I will be engaging business in my community, I need to understand what are the products and services that I can offer, because I cannot offer products and services that are too high, that no one would have the capacity to buy it, or only 1% or 5% of the market will be my customers or my clients, something like that. So when you are planning to open up, you need to understand that you need to study what the market is, what your capital is, and what your products and services that you need to offer in the market. If all these critical or criteria, if these all criteria are favorable to you, then you are ready to engage into the market. Okay, but what if your capital is just only small one? That is very less than the traditional business requires. I know those that are in this platform who are doing businesses as well, who are understand so much on this, because they are already engaged in the business. They have already studied the market. They already have scouted the products and the services that they are offering in the market. So what if as a startup, you cannot go through with the traditional business requirements? Then there is another one that you can make use of, and that is what we call the modern business model. Okay, so in here now, we are using digital services, okay, because during the COVID time, it has been highlighted that everything can also be done, not everything actually, but most also of the businesses can be done on digital platform, of which entrepreneurs are now heading on that direction. A lot of platforms now emerges in the market that can be beneficial even for those who are on the working sectors. Just like us, remember that if we gonna have to meet that requirement to have ample money so that we can settle back and for good in the Philippines, we need also to understand that we need to save up money. But how can we save money if our salary is also very small? If the salary will not allow us to make that ample savings, so that on the time frame that you are setting on, you can be able to grasp on that or save on that, and then you can go back to the Philippines. So this great platform that is being offered now in the market can also be so appealing, not only to the OFWs, but everyone who wants to engage into business. And that idea of modern entrepreneurship is much appealing even to us now. There will be less capital startup, and products and services can be offered in the virtual platform. Some of the traditional businesses cut down on expenses as well and utilize more the social media for marketing and promoting, drawing more customers and clients to the business or creating traffics in their websites. As an entrepreneur, the option of being a marketing arms of the big companies for commissions and profits is also a good entrance of understanding business and earning part-time also in the business, which is the one that we're offering actually in the market. The whole idea is embracing the modern system to maximize the opportunity of earning and learning. So I would like to share on this part in here six business model. Okay, it is considered under the modern business models as well. This is considered as the 6 most popular business models and examples that we can take on, or maybe you can take a study on that as well. So first of that is the subscription business. So if you're gonna go into Netflix, those who are into movies, I'm into Netflix, I'm into Prime, Amazon Prime, and all of that. This is one of highly recommended type of investment as well, wherein the subscription is a recurring revenue model. Brand offers the access to the product or service to all people. Everyone has been using it. You know, everyone has been a fan of Netflix, a fan of Amazon Prime, and many others that you can see in the platform right now. And then another of that is the on-demand business model. This is the type of model that aims on satisfying the customers with when they spontaneously need your product or services. Like for example, Grab, Uber, you know, that is in-demand business. Every time that I don't want to go into driving because it's too hot or there is no parking on that particular area that I'll be going, I'll just use Uber. There's also Uber here in U area, but we use also Karim. Okay, that is those are what we call on-demand businesses as well. And then peer-to-peer business. This is another type of modern business or modern business model that works on the premises of playing matchmaker between individuals with a service to offer and others who could have to use the services. Okay, example to this is eBay, Airbnb. I know Airbnb is very rampant in the Philippines. It's very known in the Philippines. I don't think that we have Airbnb in here. We have here like booking.com when we go into hotels, you know, and we have a lot in that Trivago as well. But I wanted to use Airbnb when I'll be in the Philippines very soon. Then the e-commerce business model as well. This is the one that is also very known right now. We have here Amazon. In the Philippines, you have Lazada, Shopee. You know, in here we have Amazon as well. Noon, Deliveroo is there, the other. So these are other modern business models that can be used when you will be dealing with small startup capitals. The freemium business model, which is actually, this is for software, this is for gaming, and then the hidden revenue through data. This is also the thing that has been done for those that have direct transactions but can come from customer data as well. I don't know if this is already introduced, or you have some businesses in the Philippines. I'm not that sure, but in here we have this. All these modern business models are already implemented here. We already enjoy it while having our businesses also here in the Middle East. So in my part, I started general trading. That is the time that I began to realize that selling products actually comes from the Philippines. All my products comes from the Philippines. I do that during the COVID. I use an MLM, a multi-level marketing system on e-commerce platform to start my own general trading. On that, I just invested at the beginning 16,000 pesos. Then after a few months, I grew into 55,000 pesos. And then eventually I get a hub, which is around 350,000 pesos during COVID. For a person like me who doesn't know selling, I don't know how to sell because I'm a technical person. I have been into the technical field for many years in my life. I know how to cost building, but I don't know how to cost products. I need to start small, made a lot of studies, then gradually grow. It was tough back then that I was still working, juggling between workloads and selling online. Today, I am growing the business lines into corporate events, consultancy services, training services, and soon I'll be opening my first food business here in Dubai. The point of diversification the businesses allows me to expand my knowledge to different scales. But above all things, I strengthen my advocacy as well to open more and more opportunities for the serving employees in the market. Being in the digital age, there are endless possibilities of doing business. Only that we need to know first all where our passion lies. Every one of us has passion. If you're good in cooking food, then you can get a revenue out of that. If you are good in photography, there are a lot of engineers who had venture into photography as well, who had venture into tourism, who had venture into flowers, events, and all of that. So wherever your passion is, research and study how you can turn that passion into business. You start small and you grow gradually. Do not play big immediately. Most failures are because they put all their savings in one basket of business or investment, and the risk of losing becomes too great then. Because when you begin only in one and you put everything in there, and when it fails, you cannot recover it the way that you started it. Begin with affordable capital, something that you can afford to lose. This is the one that I had when going through with my business studies. Just invest on something that you can lose. When I started at 16,000 pesos, I told myself, if I lose it, then it's okay. It's just only 16,000 pesos. But if I have to invest 1 million pesos and I lost it along the way, like 1 year, after 1 year, 2 years, it will be too great for me to bear on that. Then gradually grow it until you can establish your own business. Above all things, never stop learning. That is the key to gain success. Every one of us has our own entrepreneurship, especially for us ladies. It's not only being technical, it's not only being an engineer. If you are so good on something that you can do on the side, you can start doing on that. Thank you so much for this great opportunity. I hope I was able to impart some valuable insights to every one of us, especially to those who wanted to start business on their own, and to those who had already started the business long time in their lives. Congratulations. I know Engineer Archel. I used to work with her husband way back. So when I saw her back, I was like, I remember them, and I told her, I told myself, okay, so this is the woman that Eric said that wanted, has chosen into going into business. I'm so glad on it as well. Thank you so much, and good morning, good afternoon to every one of us.
All right, thank you so much, Ma'am Joanna. So let us all give her another round of applause for her enlightening presentation. Okay, so that was a fascinating message on the evolution of entrepreneurship, and definitely you have provided us this insights on to this dynamic field, which given us a deeper understanding on how entrepreneurship has really evolved over time, especially within the women network, no? So now we would like to open the floor for the question and answer session. For our delegates, this is your chance to engage with our speaker and delve deeper into this topic of evolution of entrepreneurship. So please don't hesitate to raise your hand or type your questions in the chat box, and we will address as many as possible. Thank you.
Right. So as of now, Miss Yvonne, wala pang nag-ask ng question sa chat box, no? So everyone in the room, please don't hesitate to ask Ma'am Joanna. Actually, Miss Yvonne, there were this very striking yung sinabi ni Engineer Joanna about the six modern business models, yung subscription, on-demand business model, yung peer-to-peer business model, e-commerce business model, the freemium business model, and the hidden revenue through data. Kasi marami nang gumagawa niyan ngayon. So, pero not everyone is informed na from employment pala, pwede silang mag-jump doon. And then, Engineer Joanna presented kanina yung mga guidelines bago sila mag-jump papunta doon. So, thank you, Engineer Joanna. And let's check if there are questions sa ating chat box. Parang mahihain yata yung mga participants natin. Or very, kumbaga, simplified, complicated pero simplified ang pagkaano ni Ma'am Joanna, kaya naintindihan ng lahat.
Yes, ma'am. I agree. Actually, dalawa lang yan, no? It's either hindi nila naintindihan or sobrang naintindihan nila.
Pero tingin ko sobrang naintindihan kasi wala namang nag-ano sa kanila, nag-sad face.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright.
So before anything else, maybe while waiting for some questions of our delegates, maybe we can have a quick icebreaker.
So we have 5 packages from our sponsor, the Pascual Lab. We have 5 gift packages of potency with collagen. So for now, we will be giving away 2 packages po muna. So Miss Yvonne, ano yung question number 1 natin para sa kanila? Eto, panigurado may magta-type na. What is our question number 1 para sa ating gift package?
Yes, siguro for our first question, if they really happen to listen to the story of PTC Women, siguro first question is who can indicate the abbreviation of PTC Women? So very easy. Ma'am Jen.
Ako meron din akong question, kung nakinig din sila kanina, masasagot nila to. The presentation is easy to understand and practical. Kaya naman pala walang nag-ask, Miss Yvonne. Sabi ni Engineer Clay from PSEM. Thank you, ma'am. So ano po yung PTC WEN for our first package?
Yes.
Ay, pag hindi po nasagot, tig-isa na lang daw po kami ni Miss Yvonne.
So they will be left with 3 packets na lang ng potency.
Oo. Ano ulit yung question, Miss Yvonne? Para marinig ulit ng mga participants.
So first one to answer will receive 1 packet of potency. So very easy, Ma'am Che, no? Siguro naman, lahat makakasagot ng tama.
Mukhang nagtatype pa sila. Paunahan na lang talaga.
Right? So counted ba kapag...
Ayan. Philippine Technological Council.
I think we
Sagot
have to
agad ni
pay
Ma'am
way.
Melanie Banayos ng PSME. Nasagot na, Miss Yvonne.
Ayun nga, ma'am eh. So we're not sure if the winner is allowed to be coming from PTC. I think we have to pave way para sa mga true delegates, IPP Mel.
May smiley nga si Ma'am Mel na tumatawa kasi wala pang nagta-type. Para ang bagal yata ng ating mga participants na mag-type pa. Okay, sa ngayon, we have over 70 participants, no? So, again, ano po ang ibig sabihin? I-copy-paste nyo na lang po. Ayaw nila sumagot eh, sabi ni IPP.
Yes, okay. So mukhang walang gustong sumagot ng icebreaker natin, ma'am. But we have to
Ayan,
acknowledge.
kopya na daw, Miss Yvonne. Kokopyahin na lang eh.
So, siguro sa atin na talaga mapupunta to, Ma'am Chen.
Oo nga. Binigyan na ng kodigo ni Ma'am Mel eh. Okay, Miss Yvonne, so ano ang desisyon natin para sa ano?
So I think this question will be void.
Hindi mo talaga binigay kay Ma'am Mel ah. So let's proceed.
Yes, let's proceed. But maybe before we end this session of our first part of the seminar, maybe our speaker still has some last advices that she'd like to share before we jump off to our second speaker. No more other inputs. Ayan, nag-sad face si Ma'am Mel.
Hindi mo daw kasi binigay, Miss Yvonne. Ikaw talaga may kasalanan yan. Shall we proceed to the second question, Miss Yvonne?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Our second question is, can anyone give at least one lang na modern business models na diniscuss kanina ni Ma'am Joanna? Actually, minention ko din siya after nung speech ni Ma'am. So, one lang po out of the 5. Ba, kailangan natin i-copy-paste din. Ay, ang bilis ni ang bilis ni Joey Wee. Subscription business model.
Yes.
Uber, Angelo Warren. Sino sa kanila? Actually, business model po, sir.
So it should be subscription.
Okay. Sorry po, Sir Angelo. Ang winner po natin is si Joey. So, Miss Yvonne, paano nila can you please explain paano po nila makukuha yung gift package from Pascual Lab?
Yes. So first of all, we'd like to thank our sponsor for this, Pascual Lab Potency with collagen. So we have 5 packs available for our participants, and you may claim it during the summit in August 3 or August 8, 2023, or claim it directly from the PTC office. You may also leave your email address and contact number in our chat box, so we may contact you there. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Yvonne, let's proceed to the certificate of Miss Joanna. Can we have the certificate displayed po sa ating screen?
Yeah, so of course, we could not end the session of Ma'am Joanna without a token of appreciation. And to proceed with the awarding of Certificate of Appreciation, we would like to call upon um, uh, the Treasurer of PTC, Miss Evelyn Laurito.
Okay, let me read the certificate of appreciation. The Philippine Technological Council Women Engineers Network awards this certificate of appreciation to Engineer Joanna Pimoso in grateful acknowledgement of her distinguished and invaluable service rendered as a speaker during the event entitled International Women in Engineering Day, a Technopreneurship Webinar, thereby contributing immeasurably to the prestige and success of this event, given this 16th day of June, year of the Lord 2023. This is signed by Doc May, Doc May Rose Imperial. But Doc May, I presume is also in here. Doc May. Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, I'm in another
Yeah.
meeting simultaneous. So pasensya na po.
Thank you. So I just read this for our chair, PTC Women Chair, May Imperial. Congratulations and thank you very much, Engineer Joanna, for giving your extra time to provide us with this knowledge of entrepreneurship to all our aspiring engineers who would like to venture also into entrepreneurship. We shall send your certificate. This is going to Dubai. Thank you, Joanna.
Yes, thank you for that, Ma'am Evie. Now to formally introduce our second speaker, my co-host will be the one to give us her formal introduction.
All right. So our speaker for today is Engineer Joanna Marie Tres Peces. So she is a licensed civil engineer with 5 years experience in the construction management with hands-on experience with architectural and interior finishes, structural, painting, waterproofing, and others. She is the project manager of 2 construction companies and has handled projects under Mega World Corp, Federal Land, Shangri-La Group of Properties, City of Dreams, Manila Peninsula, and more. She is one of the board of directors of the Global League of Women Engineers, Inc., and one of the committee members of the Philippine Institute of Civil Engineers Young Engineers Committee. Aside from those affiliations, she is a content creator and also known as Engineer Hannah in her online platforms. She has presented more than 40 technical and career webinars and has been invited to various speaking engagements with different engineering organizations, schools, and universities. She is the co-founder of the Life Engineers Community, an online community that provides valuable content about personal development, soft skills, financial literacy, and more. She is a career development mentor and has helped thousands of entry-level engineers and young professionals to start their careers the right way through proper career planning and career charity workshops. So everyone, Please help me welcome our second speaker for today, Engineer Johanna Marie Trespasses, with Building a Technopreneurial Mindset.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. It's such a huge honor for me to be a part of this event. Again, thank you for PTC WEN for having me as one of your speakers. And it has been one of my advocacies to spread awareness and, of course, to empower women engineers such as you guys. Ayan. So for today, ayan, in connection to Ma'am Joanna's talk, ayan, mga kapangalan talaga at halatang maganda talaga, di ba? So I also see a lot of familiar names here in our thread. And again, thank you guys for having me. So let me share my screen by starting off with our topic for today, which will be all about building a technopreneurial mindset. So a while ago, ma'am already has discussed what are the different types of entrepreneurial systems that we can use. Now, for this topic, I'm going to be answering to you guys, is entrepreneurship for me? Kasi for me, I personally believe that starting a business is not an easy system to stand by, and it's not for everybody. But later on, I hope that by the end of this workshop, by this webinar, you get to answer, maybe this is for me, maybe this is something that I could try on, and let's start to have a technopreneurial mindset. So again, thank you for that wonderful introduction about me. Again, you guys can call me Engineer Hannah for short. I actually graduated Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, major in Construction Management at Rizal Technological University. I'm batch 2017. And I'm also a project manager, a safety officer, and I technically have more than 5 years of experience in construction management because we have a family-owned business. So bata pa lang ako, I've been exposed on how buildings were constructed. And I think that is one of the main reasons why I took civil engineering as my course. I'm also one of the founders of the Life Engineers community. So it's an online community for everybody. It's open to young professionals, to life engineers like you. And we help people like you to start their careers the right way. And of course, to achieve your dream lives. So I'm also a career development mentor, and I've been invited by lots of schools and organizations to do career talks and technical workshops like this. So you guys can also feel free to follow me. I am also a content creator. So I use my platform to share a daily work in my day, and I also share valuable posts about what I do in my life. Now, what is the power of having a technopreneurial mindset? Now, let me share with you guys how I started this journey. So, bata pa lang ako, siguro I was already in my elementary days. We grew up not being financially stable already. So, we used to rent house in Pasay City. And alam nyo, the picture on the left side, that is a yema. Okay? Yung yema, it's a sweet delicacy para dun sa mga foreigner natin, mga OFW friends who are watching us. And yung isang batya po is punong-puno ng yema, and iniikot po namin yung street namin, and then sumisigaw lang ako ng yema. Parang taho. So instead of shouting taho, yema yung binebenta namin. And at the same time, outside our old house, nagdi-display po kami ng paninda ng mga toys, mga loot bags, and anything that we can sell that is up for Christmas. So ever since I was young, I was already exposed into selling things, communicating with other people. And I think I saw the beauty of, being able to do a labor work. Kasi nakakapagod siya eh. You have to sell the whole day, you have to shout, you have to pack and everything. But I was enjoying every moment of it. Now, fast forward, I am the eldest among my siblings. Ako po ang panganay. So I think to those who are also panganay here would agree that you get to have this mindset and wherein you will be able to also have an impact, not only to other people, but to your siblings also as well. I also like to joke about it na para kaming batch 1, batch 2, because the next one to me is already 24 years old. Now we have a grade 7 and a grade 5. So napakalaki po talaga ng gap with me and my younger siblings. And I think that is one of the main reasons why I wanted to strive harder, to work harder, and do all of these things kasi I also want to give them a better life. Now, aside from that, this is our own construction business. It's a family-owned business. It's 5JM Builders. And the story behind that name, it's because 5 po kaming J. That's the simplest form of explanation. And yung M is my mother. And we've been in this industry since 2007. We started at the humble beginnings of having marble restoration works. And then we jumped into painting works. We did plumbing, repolishing, waterproofing. And up until now, we are already called as a general contractor. And we've had big clients such as Mega World, the Shangri-La Group of Properties, and many more here in Manila. And I think siguro another thing on why I took civil engineering as my course, kahit hindi po ako magaling sa math, kahit hindi po ako magaling sa drawing, it's because sa akin na nakatoka. Sa akin na nakatoka na ipamana a family-owned business that we started and then to continue it and to be able to also help my family also as well. And the pandemic happened. And I think everybody's business also had a lot of problems. And to those who were in the construction industry that time would agree with me that it was really a negative space for us. All of their projects were put on hold. All of the projects that were starting during the pandemic were really negative because of the additional costs. So I have to look for other ways to have an income. So that is where I started selling plants. I started my own plant business pre-pandemic period. And during that time, a lot of people were looking for a new hobby. And that's where people became plantitos and plantitas. And that's where Spark came in. And for me to really take that opportunity, not only just to sell plants, but to also give this opportunity to other people also as well to do the same thing. So I've handled planting workshops, and I also help other people to also start their own plant business, which led me to having my own webinar or seminar at the actual office of the President of the Philippines. So in this workshop, I was training the employees network there. And it was such a huge honor for me because I was also providing income for these people during at the hard times like this. But that didn't stop there. I was also featured at national television, at GMA, na feature po tayo. My small, humble plant business grew and grew. And then I did a lot of pop-up shops. And I could really say that that business really helped us during the pandemic period. And then, as everybody's business was already thriving and now booming, we came back into the construction industry also as well. Now, aside from all of those things, hindi pa po natatapos ang ginagawa ni Engineer Hannah. So it was also the pandemic period where I started to, start my own online platform wherein I interview other engineers, wherein I feature other professionals for them to also share their stories and for us to also help our future engineers. So we provide free training such as like this. And then we already have grown into the online community also as well. So in that, I've also had partnerships just simply by doing my content creation with Unilab, TNC, the Silk Residences, and so much more. So Engineer Hannah, aside from all of those things, recently, I started my own food business. I ventured into the food business, and we had our own takoyaki food cart. And so it starts with knowing what is your core and what is your values. Because it may seem that all of these things are different, from having a construction business to plant, to having your online platforms, to having a food business. But what are the things that are similar, and what is the common ground? Is that I am a Jill of all trades. So para siyang it's a word play to the commonly known as Jack of all trades, diba? So a Jill of all trades is what we like to call a woman who is competent in many endeavors rather than only just one. And I can say that from all of those things that I've been doing, I may not be the expert, but I really do excel in all of these things because I love what I'm doing. So entrepreneurship, it is a very demanding endeavor. It really pushes you out of your limits because you are going to put a lot of your time, your energy, your money, and it is a test of your resilience, and it forces you to confront all of your fears. Out of all the things that I've been sharing earlier, it may seem that everything is thriving, everything is booming, but on the other side, you haven't seen all of the pains, all of the failures, and all of the times that I wanted to give up. But engineer, how am I going to know if these things are really aligned with my VIPs or your values, interests, personality, and skills? Now, the common thing about all of these things is that I love working with people and having a huge impact to them. So aside from doing this business, we also do a lot of community programs and outreach programs. So it's a way of having a cycle, not only to feed ourselves, but to also help others who are less fortunate. So on the picture on the right, we recently just had a roadside gift giving, wherein we gave food to the street families in Quezon City. And on the right side, we provided a free financial webinar workshop to life engineers for them to start their financial foundations the right way. So this is just a very quick activity that you guys can do. Is entrepreneurship really for me? What are the things that I can start on? Because if you are going to ask me, of course, I will definitely say you can do construction, you can do plant business, you can do food. Everybody has their own different values and interests. So in here, you just have to list down what are the things that you love to do. It can be something that you're really passionate about. It can be something that you're really interested about. What are the things that I'm good at? What are my skills? What are the things that I've had an education on? What are the things that I've been training on? And on the last part, what am I really interested to do? What are the things that I want to go out of my comfort zone with? What are the things that I'm willing to try on? Now, once that you've listed all of these things, what are those that are common? So you can start a business or be an entrepreneur in line with that. Now, this is a picture of me using a traditional metro. Ayan. So, as you can see, hirap na hirap ako. But it still did its purpose. Nakuha ko yung sukat. I got the height of what I'm looking for. So, we have here the traditional metro. Ayan, medyo konya tayo doon. We have the traditional meter on the left side. But if I only use a lasered one, my work would be so much faster. Both did their purpose, but what is my point here? We have to adopt into the latest technology. We have to adopt into the latest trends. Because that is where the techno and technopreneurship comes in. So we have to find these construction tools for us to be a better, smarter engineers and entrepreneurs. Now, Engineer Hannah, what are the benefits of engineer skills in entrepreneurship? I think most of us here are already practicing into our different fields. We have various fields here. We have mechanical, civil, sanitary, chemical. And I think you would guys agree when I say, tayong engineer, they always like to picture us as very technical people. Diba? Kasi we always go by the book. Everything is very detailed, programmed. But what if we incorporate that engineering skills into having an entrepreneurship mindset? Okay? So one of the first benefits is that problem solving. As very technical people, we are trained to approach complex problems. And I think everybody would agree that we are even hired and paid for it. Kaya nga tayo kinukuhang engineers because of our technical expertise. And us being able to do practical solutions, if we only apply it also to having a business or us being entrepreneurs, we are identifying what are the pain points, what are the things that we can optimize, what is our unique ability, and what are the challenges that we are about to be faced ahead on. Kasi I think if you ask somebody who is already doing business, who is not yet an engineer or don't have the technical skills, we have the advantage of having these things. Next is that we are analytical thinkers. Okay? We make informed business decisions. In short, hindi tayo napapadala sa bugso ng damdamin. Hindi tayo masyadong ma-emotional because we think critically. So as engineers, we are adept into analyzing all of the data. We want to see the numbers, magkano yung sales, magkano yung kita, kahit yung negative. We want to list all of those things down because that's what we're good at. Yung ibang tao, pag pinakitaan mo ng numbers, they would be overwhelmed. But us, we are trained sa school pa lang for almost 5 to 6 years into doing math problems, right? And if we are going to apply that into our entrepreneurial landscape, where data-driven decision-making is crucial, we have the competitive advantage. Number 3 is that our attention to detail. We are very precise and we want to ensure quality. Diba? Maybe some of you here are working as QS, diba? Quality safety, QA, quality assurance people here. So engineers are very meticulous to their work. Diba? Kahit ngayong konting mistake, we really want to make it perfect because we value 3 things: accuracy, precision, and quality. Now, in the business world, paying attention to every detail can really make a difference. From designing a product, to what is your package, to delivering that service to other people, we want to make it into excellence. Kaya pala minsan, when we as engineers, we dive into starting a business, bakit parang ang seamless? Bakit parang ang dali lang? Because of these qualities that we already have and we are just applying it into having a business. So ako, kahit when I started having a plant business from no idea at all, it was a struggle at first, but once I got the hang of it, grabe, it exponentially grew. And it's the same thing with the other things that I'm doing, being a content creator, having an online community. When we really put our minds and hearts into things that we really value the most, it really thrives and it really develops. Number 4 is, of course, our resource for optimization. We value efficiency and productivity. So I think one of the perks here of us being as entrepreneurs is that we get to work at our own time, at our own pace. This is very valuable because not a lot of people would really thrive into this business, diba? So engineers can have a streamline processes and optimize supply chains. And of course, by having this optimization skills, engineers who turn into entrepreneurs can achieve what is our business goals in the long run. Now, I would like to share with you guys a story when I had real talk with a employed person. We were at a healthcare. Nasa healthcare industry kami. And this person was already working for that company for almost 35 years. And when she saw me selling plants at our pop-up booth, and na-inspire siya na kumbaga seeing me and my partner at a young age having our own business, na parang there's this what they like to call na parang hindi daw yung mayaman when you are employed, or there's this stigma din naman with you having a business that you will be tired all the time, you will be drained all the time because of all the efforts and energy that you are putting in. So we have to weigh in the pros and cons. Siyempre, to the participants that we have here right now, entrepreneurship seems so ang ganda, diba? But I would also like to share what we like to call yung parang tinatawag natin that this is like a golden egg na parang ang ganda kunin at the moment. But we have to assess ourselves first. Now, in here, I think everybody of us, we have this specific idea. Siguro kahit while we are all still studying in our college days, we have a thesis, we have this idea, we want to execute it, and then that's when it becomes a business. But as we grew this bridge and we filled the gap from one place to another, it takes a lot of effort. Diba? It takes a lot of resources. It takes a lot of manpower. Pangit naman, diba, if you are going to create a bridge na 1/4 lang, 1/2, so we have to do all the way through. But I think we also have a lot of civil engineers here that would agree that if the foundation of our bridge is not strong, it's not durable, na kahit na kumpleto mo siya, paano pag merong bagyo? Paano pag merong malakas na river, water flow here? It will eventually fail. So these three things are very essential, but also we have to start with having a solid foundation. Now, challenges, it's pretty normal, diba? But I would like to see challenges as opportunities in disguise. Kasi kapag masyadong perfect yung buhay natin, masyadong nabobore na yung mga tao, di ba? Parang it's the flavor that we have in life. Yung mga struggles natin, yung mga pain points natin. And that's what makes life so much more fulfilling. So these challenges, these are given to us for us to be more resilient and for us to be more persistent. Diba? As we embrace all of these things, we learn from this. And then what I do is that I also share it to other people. I also mentor other people para hindi na nila gawin to, para hindi na mangyari sa kanila. So remember, diba, diamonds are created under pressure. And when we do under pressure, may it be in our career, may it be in our work, or may it be in our businesses, it will eventually turn into something that's beautiful. Now, we also have to embrace failure. Diba? Most of the successful technopreneurs who have adopted into the latest technologies, who have adopted into the latest trends, they have faced thousands of setbacks and rejections. Diba? Kahit nga when we scroll through our Facebook, we would see a lot of our friends who are in the business industry who are really booming. We hear a lot of inspirational stories from these entrepreneurs who are really promising, right? But despite all of these things, they have embraced that failure is going to be a part of the business. And this has made them better, stronger, and wiser than ever. Now, what's the secret here? Engineer Hannah, paano mo nagagawa lahat yun? At such a young age, pero talagang nakakapagod eh. Diba? The secret here, guys, is the people who are around you. Look around you. Who is your network? What are the associations that you are aligned with? Who are your mentors? Who are your mentees? Diba? The secret here, guys, is having collaboration and network to have a technopreneurial ecosystem. I myself, diba, I wouldn't have all of those businesses, all of those things that I've been doing if I don't have someone who can mentor me. Connect yourself with like-minded individuals, form strategic partnerships, and collect wisdom. Diba? Ako, I've been a part of different organizations. As mentioned earlier, I'm seeing a lot of familiar names here, and I act like a sponge. I just absorb wisdom and information and learn from there. Because the power of collaboration is exponential. So in here, I think this is one of the few organizations that I'm a part of. At such a young age, 22, if I'm not mistaken, I joined Connected Women, Mandaluyong. And in there, of course, I was scared at first because being somebody who at such a young age to expose herself into the network. But joining that really opened to me a lot of opportunities. I also joined here my fellow Glow Women, the Global League of Women Engineers. And in here, I was also being able to develop not only my technical, but also my soft skills and be surrounded by this powerful and amazing women who are really booming into their industries and careers also as well. I'm also one of the founders of the online community that we started, which are targeted for young professionals and entry-level engineers. And in here, I also surround myself with like-minded individuals who are doing content creation with a purpose. So, hindi po ako yung content creator po na, may purpose po tayo. Ayan. And of course, now that I'm starting my own community, I also get to also help yung mga mini-mentor ko and also the community also as well. So these are just some of the things that I'm really proud of because I have what we like to call a technopreneurial mindset. So if you see yourself also doing all of these things, or maybe doing those things that are aligned with your VIPs, or your values, interests, personality, and skills, then maybe being an engineer and an entrepreneur is for you. Now, I would like to end my talk by saying that the key here is for you to surround yourself with like-minded individuals who really believe in your potential. Because if it wasn't for these people who saw what I am capable of, who saw my skills, who saw my knowledge, who helped me into becoming the engineer that I am today, I wouldn't be here in front of you guys sharing my story and being able to really appreciate and really spread awareness to being an engineer and entrepreneur. And if you see yourselves also doing this thing, exploring the best of both worlds, and for you to be able to work on your way towards a fulfilling and rewarding life, so you can also, guys, feel free to reach out to me kasi I've been doing a lot of career talks and actually business talks recently. So I will be happy to assist you with it. And yeah, baby, it's now your turn to unleash your potential and embark on your career, the career that you created for yourself. Kasi pag tiningnan niyo po yung aking resume or CV, wala namang specific job hunt that others can copy also as well. Because that is the career that I created for myself. That is the life that I am creating for myself. And I also want you guys to also do that, regardless of what your gender is, regardless of what your age is. Me, my team, and my coaches will mentor and help you out. So if you are somebody who wants to start their own business, maybe this is for you. So yeah, feel free to just reach out to me and I'll send you guys this QR code form. But yeah, I'm really proud that at such a young age, I get to do all of these things. And it's such a huge honor for me to be in front of you sharing my story. So be an engineer and entrepreneur. And if you guys feel free to also check out our online community. That's the Life Engineers community. And on next Saturday, we're going to have our first ever virtual summit that is called the 1% movement. So the 1% movement is what we like to call creating these small incremental steps for you to be better. So we are going to have 6 speakers wherein we are going to discover your strengths, what is the importance of having career development and continuous learning, how to have work-life balance and synergy. We're also going to talk about financial talks, tax 101, and of course, being a holistic well-being and growth. So napaka-swerte po namin because we have these amazing speakers. So if you guys are free, that is happening next week na po, June 24, Saturday, 1 to 5 p.m. This is totally free. So I do hope that we also get to see you guys on that event. But nevertheless, I would like to end my presentation by sharing, let's be all 1% better every day. So thank you guys again for having me and have a great afternoon po.
All right. Thank you po, Engineer Johanna. And sa ating mga viewers, Miss Yvonne, baka meron silang question. So, you will have the privilege to ask Miss Johanna kung ano po yung mga clarifications or if you have questions about her presentation po. Tingnan natin sa chat.
Feel free to raise your hand or type it in our chat box section.
Parang mahihain yung mga viewers natin, Miss Yvonne, ano?
Yes, Ma'am Chen. Siguro we need to host many more seminars here in PTC para
Oo nga.
opportunity to
Kung-
enhance also their
Kumbaga kung sa athlete pa, kailangan mabaging natin yung mga
Yes.
viewers natin. So I think the presentation is easy to understand and practical ulit kasi we don't have any questions sa ating chat box. Ang gagaling ng speakers natin, Miss Yvonne. Okay, so it's really striking, no, kasi dun sa last slide ni Miss Joanna, nakalagay doon, if you're ready to unleash your potential and embark on fulfilling career, contact nyo na po si Engineer Johanna. So,
Yeah.
yes, Miss Yvonne, may 3 packages pa tayo. Ano
Opo.
yung questions natin?
Siguro before we proceed to that, I'd also like to mention din kasi something strike to my mind kanina sa slide na pinakita ni Ma'am Johanna. It's about the confidence of people in you, no? When you find this right people. Kasi parang really when you embark on this entrepreneurship journey, it has its up and downs, di ba? And with the confidence of those right people within you, it helps you to feel ready talaga in your life experiences.
Yes, actually, Miss Yvonne, very true yan sa amin ng asawa ko kasi we came from a family of professionals, hindi business owners. So, tig-isa kami on both sides na nag-business. So, parang there were, big question mark sa kanila na yung career na okay naman sana. Bakit nag-business? Ayun, kumuha lang kami ng nagsakit ng ulo. Joke lang. Actually, being an entrepreneur, di ba, Ma'am Joanna, is not actually that easy, but it's really fulfilling. Especially pag yung pagod na pagod ka na, tapos pagtingin mo sa mga employees mo, ay wala akong karapatang mapagod.
Yeah, exactly.
Oo.
Kasi kumbaga there's this thing na kumbaga parang when people ask us, tayong mga nasa business na, 'di ba? Parang ang dali-dali lang, parang ang yaman na agad natin, but you don't see the struggles behind it. And I really believe that it's not for everybody. Gaya nga nung na-share ko kanina, that person is already happy to be an employed person and there's nothing wrong with that. Kumbaga, bottom line ko lang here is to assess yourself pa rin. Kasi syempre, if you would ask me, I would really encourage people to take a chance and start their own business, di ba? Pero yun pala, may mga ibang tao na, okay, they're for employment and they're really fulfilled that way. Diba? So, iba-iba pa rin tayo na kumbaga, siguro others here are already into other systems than na-mention earlier. Diba? And there's also this stigma na kumbaga, parang sayang yung pinag-aralan, di ba? Ang tagal-tagal ng engineering, tapos bagsak, nagbebenta lang. And I would like to share that there is nothing to be ashamed of that. Kasi it's still rewarding. Hanggat parang ang cliche, no, basta wala kang tinatapakang tao, no? Which is true pa rin. So yeah, explore nila yung options nyo regardless of what your gender, your age is, whatever your profession is. And andito naman kami, basta you surround yourself with the right people, talagang magbo-boom yung business niya. So looking forward to meet everybody sa field. And maybe sa business also as well. Ayan.
Opo. Ma'am Joanna, one last thing po. I'm sure you would agree that once you get the hang of it, doing business is actually addictive. Alam mo yung...
Yeah, totoo.
Di ba? Parang, uy, I can explore this and that. Ang ending mo, parang ang dami mo ng negosyong kailangang anuhin. Kasi, di ba, ma'am, parang it started with one and then nakita mo, uy, I can also do this, I can also do that. Kasi, yan yung nangyari sa amin. Parang, ganito pala.
Yeah.
So, pwede sa ganito, sa ganyan. So, it's really, parang advantage for the young engineers to have someone like you to actually mentor them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think kahit sino man ang tatanungin mo who are driving into the food business, into the construction, into e-commerce, they have their different stories, diba? They have their different strengths. So it's just a matter of finding what is aligned with yours. So 3 simple questions lang. What you are good at, what you love to do, and what are the things that you would like to try. Yun talaga. Ayan.
So thank you, Engineer Joanna, no? So, Miss Yvonne, i-present na natin yung parang wala yatang questions sa chat, no?
Yes, but I'd like to read a comment lang from Miss Rema Mudala. So thank you, Engineer Hannah, for a very comprehensive presentation. I acquired a lot of learnings from the 2 speakers, and that goes for Miss Joanna Mozo as well. Okay, and of course, to give the recognition to our second presenter, we would like to present you with our certificate of appreciation. Now may we call on once again our treasurer from the Philippine Technological Council, Women Engineers Network, Miss Evie Laurito. All right, moving forward, maybe we could request on behalf of Miss Evie, our PRO from the PTC, VPI Arshel Bakudi.
Hello? Yes. For the certificate of appreciation, is hereby awarded to Engineer Johanna Marie Trespeses in grateful acknowledgement of her distinguished and invaluable service rendered as a speaker during the event entitled International Women in Engineering Day Technopreneurship Webinar, thereby contributing immeasurable to the prestige and success of the event. Given the 16th day of June, year of the Lord 2023, signed by our chairman, Miss May Rose C. Imperial. Congratulations, ma'am. Thank you po.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a great afternoon po.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes, congratulations everyone to our ladies speakers today. And of course, I'd like to mention that there is a message from Miss Johanna. If you would like to participate in the 1% Movement LEC Virtual Summit that is happening on June 24, 2023, you may register on the link provided in the chat box below.
All right. So, Miss Yvonne, may 3 gift packages pa tayo. Anong gagawin natin dito? Parang, ano yung gagawin natin dito? So,
as much as it's tempting for us to bring it home na lang sana.
Parang ayaw nila eh. So we have one chat sa before we proceed pala, Engineer Johanna posted sa chat box natin yung link for the 1% Movement LEC Virtual Summit nila. So for those who are interested, please refer po sa ating chat box. Ayan. So Miss Yvonne, I have a question para sa 3rd na package natin. So, sino po ang first speaker natin? Si Ma'am Johanna or si Ma'am Joanna? Ayan, mabilis lang talaga yan. First speaker natin kanina. Ma'am Johanna or Ma'am Joanna? Baka pati yan nalito sila.
Yes. We'll see how well they listen to our speakers.
Oo.
All right. So give it up for our second question. Who is our first speaker, Ma'am Johanna or Ma'am Joanna?
Ayun, ang galing ni Sir Arvin, ang bilis mag-type. Ma'am Joanna.
So, meron tayong nalilito, ma'am.
Sino yung nauna? Si Ma'am Alodia pala ang nauna, Joanna. Tama, di ba? Yung first natin si Ma'am Joanna Mozo. So, si Ma'am Alodia Rivera. Okay.
Yes, okay. So we have our winner, Ma'am Alodia Rivera. So you will receive 1 packet of potency with collagen.
So sa ating 4th package, ibibigay na ba natin, Miss Yvonne, ang ating 4th na gift package from our sponsor, Pascual Lab, potency with collagen.
Yes. Okay. So siguro for another question, I'll lead this one. So LI, siguro ito ang questions natin for the delegates. What is the focal point of our international women gathering today? So ano yung naging focal point natin ngayon?
Parang ang daming brain cells kailangan dun sa question na yun, Miss Yvonne.
Siguro natin na yung keyword, nasa
Oo.
team.
Parang alam ko na kung saan nila kukunin dapat yun.
Yes, dapat alam na nila yon kasi it's been mentioned by many times by our speakers.
Oo nga. Sige. Hintayin natin, baka may mag-ano. Ayan, technopreneurship. Miss Yvonne, merong nag-type technopreneurship to understand technopreneurship.
Yes. So the focal point was all about technopreneurship. And so the winner is Miss Rema Modala.
Siya nauna sa'yo? Bakit iba yung nasa akin?
Ay,
First, si Ma'am Christine. Tama ba?
sa akin ang nauuna si Ma'am Rema.
Ganun ba? Bigyan na lang kaya natin yung dalawa sa kanila.
Baka I have to refresh my internet connection, Ma'am Chen.
Sige. So, paano? Is that the fifth one, Miss Yvonne?
Yes. So we have a winner already?
I think pang fourth pa yan. Tama ba? Pang fourth?
Yes, pang fourth na.
Okay. So, last question. No? Last question?
Yes, last question.
Sige. Who is the president of PTC when? Parang mas maraming brain cells yata kailangan doon. Miss Yvonne.
Who is the president of PTC when?
Ma'am Rose. May nagsagot ng Mary Rose. Counted ba, Miss Yvonne? Sabi ni Sir Arvin Apostol.
Merong maraming Mary Rose dito sa Philippines. Siguro, it should be a complete name, Ma'am Chen. And I think may maling letter lang.
Oh, I see. Ay, oo nga. Sir, tignan nyo daw po ulit yung list. Parang sumobra lang po ng konti. Ayan.
Right. So, parang yung mga male ang nakakasagot.
Ayan, Miss Yvonne. Sino ang first na nakasagot sa'yo dyan?
Okay. So, may sumagot, Engineer May Rose R. Imperial. Meron naman different initial, Dr. May Rose C. Imperial. And so, the right answer is Dr. May Rose C. Imperial. Okay.
So, sino ang winner?
Ma'am Rema. So, this time, si Ma'am Rema.
Congratulations po. All right.
Congratulations to all our participants for winning one packet of potency with collagen. Again, you may claim it in their summit that will take place on August 2023, or you may direct to PTC office. Thank you.
Okay, so let's proceed to the next part of our program. Ms. Yvonne?
Yes, all right. So I believe, LI, there are no more icebreakers or questions left. And as we near the end of this event, let us Finally, here now the closing remarks from no other than the President of the Philippine Technological Council Women Engineers Network, Dr. Mary Rose C. Imperial. So everyone, please welcome her recording message.
Parang walang audio, Miss Yvonne, Miss J.
And the audio.
Wait lang po.
It has been recognized.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our celebration of the International Women in Engineering Day. Just a brief backgrounder. International Women in Engineering Day is celebrated on June 23 every year around the world to honor the women in the field of engineering. It focuses on raising the profile of women who are changing the field of engineering 1 degree at a time. It has been recognized by UNESCO and is befitting tribute for the anniversary of the Women Engineers Society based in the UK, which established their organization on June 23, 1919, way before the First World War. So that's how old the celebration was. And today, the Philippine Technological Council Women Engineers Network also celebrates this occasion, but way in advance because we're trying to fit in all of the activities of the Women Engineers Network. So today, this Technopreneurship Webinar is also one of the advocacies of the Women Engineers Network to provide at least additional knowledge, and at the same time, one of the projects that we're trying to work with the women engineers. This is something that we can also learn from our fellow women engineers. And for those students who are attending today, I hope you will be able to find inspiration on our two very able women engineers who have successfully gone through the path of the engineering field. So with that, I won't get quite long with this message. I hope you will enjoy and at the same time learn from our speakers the topics that will be delivered today. With that, on behalf of the Philippine Technological Council Women Engineers Network, I would like to greet everyone the Happy Women in Engineering Day. That's in advance for June 23. But we can have this again, this greetings on the 23rd itself. And just one more thing, let me take this opportunity to invite everyone for the upcoming Philippine Women Engineers Summit. That's the 7th summit that we have had already for the past years. And this will be held on August 3 to 5, 2023 in a hybrid format, both on-site and online. So if you need to have a personalized invitation, please do let us know. Please email us at ptcwen@gmail.com or ptcwen@gmail.com or send any message to our active Board of Trustees or your respective EPO or Engineering Professional Organization, Women Engineers representatives. So with that, I wish you the best for this activity and looking forward for your participation in our future activities of the Women Engineers Network. Thank you and good afternoon to all.
Right, Miss Yvonne. So, ang ganda ng message ni Doc May. So, for our participants po, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of this day sa ating Philippine Technological Council Women Engineers Network. So, Miss Yvonne, wala na ba tayong nakalimutan na part? Are we good to go?
All right, we're all set for the conclusion of this event. But maybe before we conclude, let's take a moment once again to recognize and express our gratitude to all the partnered organizations of PTC WEN, all the organizers here, and also the Board of Trustees present. So your collaboration and support have been instrumental in empowering and uplifting our women engineers worldwide, just to celebrate this International Women Engineering Day.
Yes. Miss Yvonne, can we request everybody to turn on their cameras para sa picture taking natin?
Yes po. Okay, so please make sure to turn on your cameras and let's capture this moment together.
Ayan, ang gaganda ng mga participants. So, sino po yung magpipicture para ano? I think we have 3 pages for the ano.
Miss J, please take the picture. Hi, Ma'am Yin Yin. She's from Myanmar.
Yes, all right. So at the count of 3, please show your biggest smiles. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so please keep on smiling. Second page, 1, 2, and 3. Last page, 1, 2, and 3. All right, so let's give each other a warm round of applause, ladies, for a very successful event. Of course, this has not been very successful without all of your participation. Maraming
Yes. Thank you so much po, and congratulations sa ating 5 winners for the potency with collagen from Pascual Lab. Thank you, everyone. God bless us all.
Thank you.
Mamozo, we'll see you in Abu Dhabi and Dubai.
Yes.
Every girl's got a daily skincare routine. What's mine? Hydrolyzed collagen plus vitamin C to help keep my skin hydrated and looking young. Potency plus C in a convenient capsule daily. Mahalagang paalala, ang Potency plus C ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit. Every life can take a toll on your skin, no matter how young you are. That's why I use hydrolyzed collagen plus vitamin C to help keep my skin hydrated and looking young. Potency plus C in a convenient capsule daily. Mahalagang paalala, ang Potency plus C ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.